Yeah, for sure. I think the second map is really going to be the big one, right? Because it's going to decide, okay, are Xenex really here to kind of have a sniff at playoffs, or was it just a quick fluke where they stepped up well and had a good read? So I think that's what we're looking towards. Already the pistol round is beginning to develop. It is going to be ducked for charge towards stairs, and that's a headshot for him, and it looks for a quick second. It is going to be Robin to try and at least force back that trade. Does find it. Put us in a 4 versus 4 situation with Muffin. Just 47 HP. Sliggy battling out in CT, finds himself one, looks to double dip for a second, but in a bit of a struggle as Philo is just going to run a riot with the Glock.
Oh, that was such disappointing timing there for Xenex as they commit to taking out Sliggy, and Fish123, they punish. You know, great patience from them, not revealing their cards up the sleeve until it was necessary to take down Team Xenex, but they do so fairly convincingly in that pistol round. They will take it home 1-0 here. An important win for the CT side, of course. I always think that the first pistol round, or any pistol round, if a CT side wins it, it's kind of like, it's even more valuable than when the terrorist side wins it.
I think, like, no matter what side you're on, it just sets you up, right? You get that first pistol and you're like, okay, we just won the first round, let's just get rid of all those shaky tensions, let's get rid of that kind of, that fresh nerve of just starting a map and focus on getting the task done at hand. So pistol round really just kind of help just settle you down as a team, get the comms in check and start to get the ball rolling, which the Fish123 they desperately need as they're there hunting. So far, so good. Robin, Mike S, both going to get themselves straight.
JP will fall to Mike there as well. So it is clean there from Fish123. A good start, almost hitting a state where they are doing better than the previous game in its entirety. And this third round will basically dictate that. It is a bye. Xenex got the bomb down in round 1. And now they are looking to try and take this one away. AK's in hand. Not too much utility. A couple of smokes to play with and a Molotov as well. The flashbangs are really what Xenex used perfectly in the previous game. And I want to see how they use them when they have limited resources.
Sliggy in towards connector does have that scout. It's a longer range scope, of course. It's one where you have a little more mobility than its counterpart, the AWP, as Mike is going to be over towards ramp as well. So a few varying ingredients in the round, but all have pretty different results. But for now, not a single frag to be claimed.
It is just Xenex slowing down the pace. It's what they did so well on their T side against Fish123. Allowed for Fish123 to make a aggressive mistake. It seems like Fish123 have tidied up this aspect of their play coming over into Mirage. Mirage a little bit more of a different map though. The aggressiveness not necessarily needed, but a good headshot from Sliggy. It wasn't quite a headshot, but it was a kill onto Hawkins nonetheless. Will kick things off in a favourable fashion for Fish123. 50 seconds left. Xenex haven't shown their hand yet. The bomb still could go anywhere.
Suddenly, just turning yourself ever so louder. Kind of rather syncing up to be exactly how the play also. Xenex is starting to unfold. They are getting from the quiet side up to the louder end now as they need to build up into something. But it feels like they have no end goal. They're kind of all over the map, all looking for individual frags, and that way there is not the way you need to approach around. As a smoke going to go down towards jungle, and a frag for Robin as he pries out with the first. But, and a very big but. That's just a huge advantage for the CT side. That's going to walk into the arms of Roma ever so gracefully. With Muffin and Jakey will finally pick up something for the Xenex side, but a bomb plant, it's out of reach.
It is out of reach. Now just JP looking to try and find a kill for himself, but he does go down before the end of the round, which means that he will get that kill bonus, or death bonus I guess on the T side. He needs to make sure he plays aggressively, not likely to hold on to his AK into the next round. And now for Xenex, the pistol buy going to come through. It's the reverse domination so far from Fish123. That we didn't see from them in the previous game. Kind of expected. Now that they have that momentum, it'll be hard for Xenex to come back from it. This round may not be the round to do it. Of course, if they steal this one away, then it's going to be great for them. Currently running into Mike and his AK. It doesn't look good. Filler with a long-range pistol shot. Can he get away from this alive? No, he cannot. Just leaves Jakey in the smoke up against Robin. And Robin will pull out a ZZ of his own and make quick work with it.
Yeah, Sliggy is going to fall those, at least promise one rebuy from the CT side, but nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. Xenex this time though, however, could be a bit more of a different storyline, a narrative that has to build up in this 5th round. Xenex, they're on that buy. Now what do they need to do? They need to find the straw that breaks the camel's back. That being that first pick that nets them to set themselves up on towards the site. Get themselves that segue into something that actually means something, because they've been getting a frag here and there, sure, but not doing anything with it.
Muffin going to be pushing aggressively. The smoke, though, in ladder room gives Keats a lot of cover, and they just walk right past. That's a lot of information to Xenex. The T's, they're coming to B side, and Keats is behind them, looking for that backstab, but he doesn't find the kill just yet. There's one, there's two, and that's going to be Roma joining in on the festivities here. A not great start for Xenex, stuck up in apps all alone. Filler coming from behind. Minute left for Fish to clean this one up, and with just Filler left alive, AWP in hand, he will try his best to hold on to it. Fish123 surely hear the sounds of an AWP from afar, and this is the time when you start pushing to take that away from the economy. Get that double AWP set up that Fish123 like to use, and Mirage, a great map for it as well. Put an AWP on either site, and that's exactly what I expect Fish to do now that they have it.
Exactly, and a double up setup too. It's just almost point blank execution to the lineup of Xenex. 5-0 already, but I can't predict this being as close to a stomp in terms of how the previous result was. So I think that this is still going to be much more of a 16-9, sort of 16-10 sort of match. It's just a matter of how we're going to get there. Xenex right now in the early few kind of rounds, that early buy, didn't really seem too strong. They certainly have some issues with actually just getting themselves down in terms of the bomb plant and getting into after plants. So try and solve that with the pistols there, trying to see, okay, where can we find any cracks to exploit in future rounds, but they haven't really gained anything at all, no information. And regardless, they try and push through and go, okay, we're on market, who's holding there? Well, congratulations, you've been greeted by Robin.
Every time I see a ZZ kill, I mean to switch my 5-7 over. Just such a powerful weapon at close, and an AWP's best friend indeed. Robin makes great use of it in that sticky situation. Does pull Fish123 to a 6-0 advantage. Now another gun round, another AWP buy here for Xenex, committing once more to try and find a point on the board here. Now going to split their forces once more, evenly across the map. Where they go is anyone's guess.
Yeah, certainly is a lot to be desired though. Let's walk into going to get this pushing towards underpass, and Robin, too quick on the trigger, just takes him down.
Now looking to find another in mid, and it will be Muffin who can spot Duck, but this time Duck has his crosshair placed, looking to see if he can't find another one. There will be no more though just yet. Fish123 going to fall into their defensive positions. They've taken 2 terrorists out of play. They don't need to do any more. It's now on Xenex to try and open up a hole in the defense. Fish123 will be looking to make sure that does not happen.
Clock gonna tick on down. We can almost play with the sides here, draw it out, just make it fumble on through. They're all a bunch of phrases that really sum up how this is beginning to unfold. Of course, Xenex, not completely impossible for them to make this one work, but they have to play it literally perfect. They even lose one man in this engagement, then Fish123 just have such a big advantage of back of trading, let alone Sliggy, of course, over towards CT as he just bears down on ramp. Jakey has to be a huge player coming into the connector.
And he's going to find the first shot onto Mike. It's exactly what they need, the Molotov. Will hold jungle at play, but Keats is not there. He's looking to back up Sliggy by the ticket booth. It's going to be 3 CTs coming from the same direction. Smoke, though, will hold them back. Sliggy looking to try and peek on over it. The spray through the smoke, connecting it to Duck. In fact, it's the fire burning down, but Magician finds, in fact, Villa finds Sliggy. And now, an advantage for Xenex. They found a hole. They planted the bomb. But can they hold on to it? Filler says yes. It's just Roma, but he's already taken an AWP shot. And Filler will finish that one off with a very nice 3K for the team. The first point on the board for Xenex, and it was in a scenario that did not favor them. It's a good start, a good opener. Is it too late, though?
It's 6-1. It's never too late for them to get going at this scoreline, but there's also the flip of the coin, right? It's, okay, what happens if they lose this? Back to that almost negative Nancy scenario where you are just kind of bailing on the team who are trying to find a bit of hope. They're trying to scrabble around and see what sticks. Roma, you can see already going aggressive to trying to shut them down early, though. Just delete stuff from resistance, looks to kind of double up for his money. Isn't going to get away with it as Muffin will secure the tree, but the repeat from Mike is so smart here because he pretty much still realizes, okay, they're top mid. That's something I can use in the latter end of the round.
It's almost like Xenex forgot that Fish123 like to play that aggressive CT style. They do give up 1 kill, but the trades are coming through. And as Xenex whittle down the defense, this can only favor them. If they pick the right site, there will be just one person there. The rotate from the back of CT likely to come through very quickly, but an advantage nonetheless for Xenex. Jakey gonna walk towards connector here. The flashbang goes out. No, it's a smoke. Just to hold off the A side from getting the cross. However, there is a hole in that smoke. that Mike can look through if he finds the spot. Gonna flashbang through, just put the pressure down. The bomb making its way towards the B site. Keats just trying to peek, get that early information for the team, get the rotation going as soon as possible. He'll be crucial to holding this site. 30 seconds and Mike finds Jakey, but Jakey shoots back, lands the kill. Now the bomb going to make its way onto the B side. What can Keats do here? Nothing against Jakey. This guy has woken up. It's only Robin left, AWP in hand, and look at where he is, hiding in the CT spawn, not making a sound. He does not want to give up that AWP. But the important thing is, Xenex, they find their initial round, and they hold on to the momentum.
Yeah, this is them really building into things. It's the much more comfortable and more epic point, right, that they wanted to be at. We kind of explored a few options, but the reason I say epic is we want a closely contested matchup. Xenex, they have to prove themselves. They can't just waltz in and kind of stomp a team one time and expect that that's their job done and dusted. No, they really have to prove it, which is why we kind of do rail the idea that them being in this situation isn't all that bad. It's just a true testament of skill, especially on a map like Mirage. We've already talked about their stat line 1,000 times, and we don't need to repeat it again, but the point well and truly serves itself.
Well, this is the good start for them. Fish123 still with economy in the bank. However, a loss here may just put them in a position where they can no longer do it. Xenex, they did win Cobblestone 16-2, but this match will be a much closer affair. But to win the UK Masters, you have to beat the best. Currently the best is Fish123 as far as the table is concerned. Xenex, they have already separated themselves from the pack. That 5th place tie between 3 teams, they have done a good job. But can they cement their lead over them now with a second win against Fish123? You don't have to play this 1st place team anymore until you get to playoffs. If you get to playoffs. Let's see what they can do. Mike opens up onto Jakey with the AWP. That hurts the attacking force of Xenex greatly. Still spread it out across the map, hoping for a push from Fish123 to give them an inkling where to go, but Mike will just find a second kill. Xenex need to make their mind up here, Flake, sooner rather than later, or they'll run out of men.
Certainly a good sudden spurt of energy to come in from Duck, as he will eventually punish on towards Sliggy, but the problem Duck's got is the kind of resurgence that Fish123 currently have in play, which kind of that being Robin. His position towards jungle means that any sort of push that came from the A side would pretty much nullified, and it's not even going to come from the A side now, because Xenex, they've clocked onto that. They go, okay, probably B being our best shot. We could put some presence towards short, but even that's a bit of a risk, so let's just go through apps together. Well, Keats, he'll jump spot this. He'll get the information. If he doesn't, when they push, he'll then at least spot out, call it out to teammates, and Molten's going to go down to slow them down. There is 25 seconds on this clock. They can't afford this.
They need to break onto the side, and they need to hit the shots. Villa does find that, but Keats will find 2 before Duck finally puts out that fire. Looking to plant the bomb. It's a fake, though, to pull in the CTs, but now he has to take the fight, and he has to win it. And he peeks wide, straight into Mike's AWP. That will be a 3rd kill for the man. And now a round on the board for Fish once more. 7-2. The economy for Xenex is there. They can purchase into this next round if just lacking a little bit in weaponry. Going to be Magician on the Tech 9. Filler even. And Muffin will be sporting that UMP. But they do have the AWP out in play for Duck. An all-important weapon to open up a slot for them to peek on through. Xenex, they need to start getting points on the board. They cannot enter the second half low on rounds.
And every round really begins to count. Well, so far, so good from Mike. Takes down Jakey as well. So already a first frag for the CT side. 7-2 is the score, I remember. So just more for Fish123 is really disheartening. It's a complete, almost identical matchup to the way we saw Cobblestone unfold, and we saw how that ended, bear in mind. Couple of flashes get lobbed over towards A, and no real presence to be garnered from Xenex though across the board. It's just, alright, we're going to prod some towards mid, we're going to have a bit of a play over towards B and A, but nothing really leads to anything just yet.
And for Xenex here, they can get that lucky frag, that opener, flood onto a site, then they're in a good spot, but there's not really a site that favors them right now. This B site has been so strong currently for Fish123, and A is not much easier. Does look like they will prioritize the B site. Try to make their way up short, but it's a dangerous gambit. Doesn't look... Mike is holding it. He's going to find the shot on short. That's going to be Robin with the second AWP, getting another, and Roma just wants to clean up at this point. Get involved, and he will. 8-2 for Fish123 here, Flakes, and it seems like Xenex dominance from the previous game just cannot be translated.
Problem is that Cobblestone, you can be tactical on. You do have an opportunity to really push a team if you're prepared for them. You can always say, go as far to say counter strat, but on Mirage, it's a much tougher map to do that, because no matter what you try and employ, there's always some sort of adaptation the team can do to try and overcome that, and it's a very much more a game of chess, and a much tougher one than I'd say than Cobblestone potentially could provide in terms of a team with a higher tactical floor, but a lower kind of aim floor when you compare Xenex to Fish, because I feel like Fish123 are better players across the board in terms of individual prowess. Like, they're all better aimers. But Xenex can excel as a team if they have that tactical knowledge. Perhaps a better way of explaining the point there.
Yeah, they certainly can. And for Xenex now, they need to start finding that miraculous play. The skill gap that they created a little bit. Hawkins, his magical shots coming through. I want to see it again. Cannot just be a one-off if they are going to do well here.
They just need to set him up, and that's again another problem with Mirage, right? Is that on Cobblestone they were able to put him in positions that he was able to really try and utilize, but T-side Mirage, there's only so much you can do, and the rest of his team, they're trying, in fairness, but they haven't found anything that's stuck towards their way yet.
Well, it's going to be an attempt, by the looks of it, towards the A site here. Flakes, they do not have any utility to work with, however, so the attempt will be fairly difficult. 40 seconds left, and it will just be run in, guns blazing, hope for a headshot on to Sliggy or Mike. But Mike has shown so far he is consistent and he will not miss. Sliggy also in 5-box going to find it. They pulled out their knife. They were looking for the kill with the knife. Desperation. Xenex perhaps just giving up straight there in this 11th round. It's not good signs, really, when they both pull out their knives at the same time. Whoever made that call was obviously just trying to boost morale, but when you lose so desperately, can you actually boost morale that way?
I think that part of the call would be, okay, let's just try and make some money here, let's just try and get something out of this round, but you're not wrong by running the morale aspect. I think that's fair to kind of to say, to be honest, because Xenex clearly have changed their way of playing as each round has developed, but not really for the better. It's been getting worse and worse. We went from the pistol round to follow up the first few buys as, they got down to 2 versus 2s, 1v1s. These feel very decisive now, and kind of this 12th round really is only going to be tried and testament to that as it begins to unfold. And you kind of do seek this as almost inspiration and kind of a marking point for, okay, how is the rest of this half going to unfold? Are we going to see anything fancy in the last few rounds?
Hopefully we do. Perhaps this is the round they need to do it. The 12th round, their economy in shatters. The loss bonus really adding up now, and a 9-2 advantage for Fish123. And it just gets worse as Sliggy opens up onto Hawkins. Jake thankfully takes Mike out of game, but Robin's still there with the AWP, and Keats is landing miraculous shots through the smoke. It is going to be Keats finding a team kill. Sliggy could say that was a 1G as he steps into the Molotov and loses his life, but at this point it is just Filler left alone to try and plant the bomb, which is all alone on the A site. Keats will peek, Keats will find the kill. 10-2 now as we head into the round 13, and Xenex have lost their marbles.
It's really tough to say what has gone wrong for Xenex, because they were trying in the first few rounds to get themselves set up. They tried to go for a few pushes, but now no matter what they do, no matter how hard they try and play something different, we can sit here and be like, oh yeah, we want to see something fresh, something organic from them, but what does that matter? They've been there, they crossed that bridge, and nothing changed. They still got wrecked.
And the thing is, Cobblestone is a map that we've seen a lot of Fish123 play, Xenex play on, but Mirage is a map that Xenex have just played every week. So Fish123 have gone and said, alright, let's study Mirage.
But even just the map in general, it's a much more open map. You could almost describe it as a bit more of a puggier map. You can just have these players on here just pop off and play individually so well. Talk about individually so well. Keats pinning down short, being the hard anchor here, and Roma is going to hold down the apartment side of B. But I think, that's the problem, is like Xenex, they don't have that tight space strategy to fall back on that they had on Cobblestone. There's no rehearsal here on Mirage. There is no kind of craziness that you can bring to the fight. All it is sure, you have a few ideas, you have a few executions, but have we really even seen a full execute or a fake towards B or anything kind of out there in that regard? Do we even merit the idea that they've kind of got knowledge on B?
I always find this so interesting when one team unexpectedly stomps a leader in a tournament. You do usually find that come back to haunt them. It is trades in mid. 1-for-1. Orp's having fun, but it is Duck who wins that duel against Robin. Puts one of that double Orp out of play. That has been hurting Xenex here on Mirage. Now for Xenex, they need to start getting some rounds on the board. Scrape the barrel really here, Flakes, as much as possible. Muffin will find a frag onto Sliggy, which fills them with a little bit of hope that this could be a round 3 for them on the scoreboard. But with a minute left, they still need to execute. And it's an aggressive push coming through from Roma. His back is turned. If I saw that, perhaps I would have said a little bit more. Duck now puts them into a 4 versus 2. The odds in their favor. They're going to push onto the A site here. Flakes and Mike is forced to fall back here in CT. The support of Keats already there in jungle looking for the spray, but he won't find it. Mike flashes on over. It's a great flash. The bomb is being planted, and Muffin is ready. That is the 3rd point on the board for Xenex. Finally, a win for them. But now we're into the last round of the half. They need to make it 4-11, or they risk any hope of winning this game.
I think 11-4 really is their golden scoreline at this point. It's the best they can get. I think, you sort of kind of examine a 12-3, and you're not wrong to just shut down any sort of chance, because, just the pistol rounds alone, it's been so decimating. And talk about that, kind of, it's just Sliggy to drop the gauntlet. Muffin is going to at least try and respond with a frag on towards Mike, but look at Keats.
Behind.
He's just there in the shot. Filler makes it work.
Impressive stuff from Filler, but he's not out of the fire yet. Here comes Roma to try and trade up, and the crosshair placement from Filler isn't quite there. Roma will find that trade there. It's still 3 for 3, and it is still advantage to Terrace in this scenario. They are going to stack up towards the B site, and Fish123 are abandoning the B site at the same time. They feel like they can guess what Xenex want to do here. Robin will be coming up from the staircase here, from under. If you can catch them out, that click of the scope, surely they heard it, but it could be anywhere. Mirage, such a close map. It could be on short, it could be behind them, but it is behind them, and Robin is sneaking up. Do they have their backs turned? Are they watching for this? No, they're not, and he can see them all. Oh no, Robin, what are you going to do to Xenex? Not like this. He sees all 3 of them. Stab, stab, stab. Let's go. Oh, he pulls out his sword. That's the first. A mistake. I would have stuck with the CZ myself, but I'm not Robin. I'm not a CS player. It was the pressure. You either are a god in a moment like that, or you fail miserably. Unfortunately for Robin, 1-for-1. It's not the worst. But the bomb is planted. Muffin will find Sliggy. Roma next on the list for Muffin. Can he find the shot? To make his way up, and he will. 4-11. Xenex finally get the ball rolling, but it is still 11 points for Fish123.
Orp, CZ, Orp.
I try not to be harsh, right? I'm not a great CSGO player, okay? In that scenario, I would choke very hard.
But was he going for a collateral there? Was that the game plan?
I guess it was. Line up 2 shots. They don't know he's here. Someone just had the presence to turn around at the time. I don't know. Get as many kills as possible with the very strong close range auto pistol. I don't know. It seems obvious to me.
They can deal with that with the pistol round. That's what they're going to be looking at now. They're going, all right, boys, 11-4, solid half. Let's just shut this one down now. Let's get this win. So pistol round is going to be a big part of it. See Phil try and respond from CT. He's going to tap on through. Knows exactly what is going on. Fish123 not being very kind of hidden with their approach. It's very obvious. Well, pushing into a jungle like that is a bit of madness now. He's just opening things up for Jakey. He finds 1-for-1. Sliggy will respond.
Villa needs to make this position work for them as the bomb has been planted. There are no defuse kits for Xenex, but they do have armor to try and take up the shots from the Glocks. And currently Muffin has 1. They're going to pin Heats out. Hawkins looking to try and find Sliggy. It will be Muffin. Finds him in the end. They've taken down Fish123, and an all-important pistol round win here for Xenex will put them to round 5 and gives them a lot of hope of starting to close down this scoreline before guns get involved.
This right here is really the difference between a 12-3 and 11-4 start to shine. Because 12-3, Xenex win pistol, they bring it up to what, 12-6 more than likely? Unless providing any force-up shenanigans don't really take place. However, on this scoring, on the 11-4, that's an extra round for them to play with. That gets them up to 7. That's pretty big, that's pretty close. This isn't done.
Definitely is not done just yet. We'll have to see if Xenex can hold on to the momentum that they've built up over the last couple of rounds. It is going to be them trying to get control of mid, not allow Fish123 to operate in these parts. The A site has been occupied already by Fish123. Let's see if that is a trouble for them as Robin. He finds two, Hawkins and Filler. Things starting to disappear for Xenex. Duck only 2 HP as well. Almost a non-factor. Jakey going down. This is disastrous. Xenex, they get overzealous. Maybe they can bring this back here. Flakes, they're going to have to. The bomb's still rotating. They've got plenty of time, and a great shot from Duck there will find the head of Sliggy. Puts us into a 2 versus 2. To get Mike here, I was going to say it would be great for Xenex. They won't. Now the rotate towards the B site is happening. Seems like Muffin has fairly good presence of mind to know this is going to be the case.
At least he knows, but that doesn't mean he can tackle it. He's going to have to try and set himself up to handle this problem. Checking ladder room, just making sure no funny business, nothing crazy is going on there. His avenue of attack probably going to be short. Now he has a kit, bear in mind, so he has a lot of time to play with. Has a Molotov too, so can force a player out if he so chooses. But on the flip side, Fish just play together here. Get the bomb down and play together. Wait for him to have to peek into the both of you and force the frag.
They have a superior rifle in the M4 as well, and Keats just about spot him out there. I feel like they know he's coming from short. Keats with a pistol, but Mike is in the window. The Molotov goes out, but that won't do much. He crosses. Now he's looking for Keats. He finds the 1v1. Can he find another against Mike? He must know he's in the window. He definitely does now as the bullets fly his way. But it's too late, too little. And Fish123 will find the reset for themselves. 12-5 now. And Xenex will be kicking themselves that they weren't able to hold on to that.
I talk about the shenanigans and I talk about the idea of that 11-4 still being solid for Xenex and just how close it's going to be, and then that happens. That's really disastrous. Their economy is going to be completely almost just rationed off now. They're going to have to bootleg their way into this round with a force off of PT50 with scouts and such. If Fish123 close this one down, 13-5 is the scoreline.
It's great stuff for Fish123. They do, of course, have to close it out, but pistols and a scout on Xenex is likely that the AK in Fish123's hands will win out, but Hawkins going to show some magic, as will Duck. Oh, it's all gone wrong for Fish123 as Xenex find 3 quick frags with the pistols, leave Roma and Keats all alone. The bomb to be recovered by Keats isn't being covered though. And so they do have a second chance, a breath of new air coming into this round.
I don't know what to say. I don't know why this is happening, but questions exist, that's for sure. Robert is going to try and bring things back into play, of course, though. He's got his teammate Keats as well now. Both of them are full HP. Both of them have pretty strong sets of utility when it comes down to the mirrored double flash and Molotov. Of course, having the bomb is a huge help as well. They find themselves one, they get themselves the second. Duck will fall, so 2 versus 2. Now they have control of A. It's going to be a retake, but Hawkins, a 1D here? That could be fun. It gets them low, but not quite a frag, but a repeat gives Roma the time to strike.
Very close from Hawkins. One more shot would have secured the kill. Muffin now has to clean up. Single shot onto Roma will finish him off. Keats a little bit harder of a target, but look at that gun at the feet. Will Muffin trade out? No, he will not. Sticking with his rifle here. Keats in firebox. A smoke grenade is all Muffin has to make this work. No defuse kits, and he's backing away from the bomb. Going to trade out his scout for the AK and carried it into round 19, but it will be 13-5 Flakes in favor of Fish123. Somehow managed to rectify their errors in that round and take the blow up of the bomb.
The thing for Xenex right now is, what do they want to do from this? Where do they go? It's all like pretty simple questions, right? They have no money. They're broke. 13-5. This score might as well be 14-5. Xenex, they were set up to do so well in terms of making this comeback happen. So well. And then they just screwed up one round that just completely catapults them into place. That domino effect yet again to where they are now. 13-5. Well and truly the wheels in motion to take it 14-5. Just one rifle to make the difference.
Let's see what they can do here. Xenex, if they aren't able to win this, will be in a 3-way tie still. They need this round to get head and shoulders over their opponents in Imperial, who still have rounds to play this week. Currently, it's not looking good. Bomb planted on the A site. Xenex nowhere near to be seen. Pistols and AK, all they have to try and defuse the bomb. It's likely they won't even try. They spread out, time ticking, no defuse kits, so they have to go now rather than later. Currently Hawkins trying to do his best to open up something, but Robin and Sliggy will shut that one down. The bomb's still ticking. Filler looking to try and find a kill, but it's this AK they want to keep in play, as do the P250s. Find Roma. Perhaps they can pick up an AK, but it's going to be protected. Keats looking to stop them. Mike finds it eventually. Might lose his life, no, but Filler gets the AK. So 2 rifles carried into the next round. Perhaps they can do it.
There's certainly a shot, but at the end of the day, they would have been able to buy anyway, so I don't think the save really kind of chalks up to anything too fancy. It's more of, okay, you need to make use of what you've got now. You've got those rifles, you have actual firepower. Have some grit behind you, have some actual strength. It's 14-5, the show is about to end. This is your chance to say, alright, we're actually good at Mirage. Because the stats say one thing, this match says something completely different.
Absolutely, Fish123 have put their foot down and said so are we. Currently they're doing pretty good at it as well. So, 14-5. The chances are becoming less and less for Xenex, but a chance for them to tear through Fish123. Muffin currently in apps with a quick escape route planned. Flashbangs go out, he dodges all of them, but can he get the kill? That frag, nade, 75 HP, and he will not find Mike. Mike finds 2, in fact. That is going to be the bomb going down. Duck in a position, he finds the bomb carrier, slows down the pace, but Robin is going to peek on through, get at least 1 before Jakey shuts it down. It's a 2 versus 2, and the bomb still hasn't been planted. Roma has to put a smoke down to get into position to do it, but it's on short. There is a member coming too short, Filler with an angle on where that bomb's been planted. If Jakey, Filler play this perfectly, Xenex's chances are restored. Otherwise, it is dwindled massively, as Fish123 will find match point. Diffuse kits is on Jakey. If he can get onto the bomb site for Filler, or he's already there. He just needs to find a frag for himself, make himself all useful. A flashbang towards Roma, but it's mistimed. That's going to be Roma peeking, finding the kill. Filler to fall back, and it will be match point going to Fish123.
1 round away, just yet again at that point of saying 5 frags is the be and end of life. Xenex, even when they kind of had everything they needed, they were left in a 2 versus 2 where the HP was just not quite high enough. It was so low, and you could kind of see the idea of a good play sitting in that smoke, but the flash was where it kind of fell apart, right? You touched on it yourself, just a bit of mistiming, allowed them to get the jump, find the 1 versus 1, or even 2 versus 1 to be honest there. And that just means that it's going to be simple as anything for Fish123 to continue forcing forward, 15-5. Something that's just, you know, you can always just hum that away as this round unfolds. But there is at least positive for them. They have some money to play with as well. And
they do find the opening frag, if it is not just stolen away from them straight after, as Filler loses his life to Mike. Jakey on the A side will be taken down. And now for Xenex, they need to make every frag count. But Robin, up on top of mid, will stop Muffin from jumping. Bomb is down, Hawkins flashed up, he can't see anything and he will fall. It leaves Duck in an AWP against 4 to finish this one off. We'll find Roma to begin off, but now they know his position, he's in CT. Robin peeking Duck, who is Sliggy coming from Palace to finish it off.